Hello there, everybody, and welcome. So today my topic is think like a dinosaur. And why is that? Well, some of my favorite characters in movies are dinosaurs. And I think that you can tell a lot about a person and their values by the characters that they resonate with in movies. So everybody, I think most people I know love the movies, films, whatever you want to call them. They might have different tastes, but there are certain storylines and certain characters that people just really, really love and admire. And I think that when we admire somebody, whether it's a famous person, whether it's a person in a movie, whether it's a person in real life, it's because they have qualities that we really connect to, that we really resonate with, that we really want more of in our life. And my coaching work, I've really discovered that there's a pretty good correlation between who you admire and what qualities and values that person has or represents, and what your own values and qualities are. So what has this got to do with dinosaurs? And you may be thinking, well, what the heck is she going on about? What happens if I admire Jaws, for example, or I did really like the shark in the Megatron, I think it was called. No, it wasn't called the Megatron, the Meg. Anyway, gigantic shark. Well, what I mean by that is that I would hazard a guess that you respect and admire qualities like courage, fierce determination, and resilience and tenacity. So am I right, I wonder? Anyway, so coming on to dinosaurs, I remember seeing the very first Jurassic Park. And you remember what a massive deal it was, Jurassic Park. And one of the characters in there was a guy called Robert Muldoon, who was the big game hunter, who was there really to kind of keep the dinosaurs in control and knew what to do when it all went a bit bananas. And at the beginning, the dinosaurs, they get to know the dinosaurs, and one set of dinosaurs are called the Velociraptors. And excuse me, anybody out there who actually knows anything about dinosaurs, because all I know about dinosaurs comes from Jurassic Park. So I realize this is not probably what a paleontologist would say is fact. But anyway, from that movie, the Velociraptors were these big bird, sort of ostrichy type, turkey type things with big claws that could disembowel you. And, at the beginning of the movie, when it all starts to go a bit pear-shaped, the Velociraptor comes, and Robert Muldoon is pretty good at kind of like fending them off and dispatching them. But the scene that I've always remembered is when Robert Muldoon meets his end, because there he is, and he's got his sights on a raptor. It's all gone bananas by now, so it's really like life or death situation. And he's there in the thicket, and he's about to take aim at this Velociraptor in front of him, when suddenly you realize that he's being watched by a different set of eyes. And too late, he realizes that he is surrounded, and out comes this massive second Velociraptor. And before he meets his end, his final words are, "Clever girl, clever girl." So out of that Jurassic Park, the thing that I've always found the most memorable with those raptors, those Velociraptors, because they learned from their mistakes. They failed multiple times to essentially eat the humans, but in the end, they pivoted. They thought differently. They kept trying, and eventually they got their supper. So clever girl. So why do I think like a dinosaur? Well, it's my way of saying, I've learned a lot from that, and I take inspiration in those raptors, because if you are hungry for something and your first attempts to get it don't work, then keep going, try a different approach. I also think, what I loved about those Velociraptors is they learned from their different attempts, and they kept trying even if they weren't successful. And more importantly, I think what I learned from that is that failure is really, really just development in disguise. It's just a way of of developing. If you fail, the other way to look at that is it's just development in disguise. And those raptors, they just learned from their mistakes, they learned from attempts, and then they were ultimately successful. So there we are, think like a dinosaur. So what do you think of that? I'd love to know what characters and movies you really, really resonate with, and or memorable moments in movies that you have that have stuck with you, like that one has for me for years now. It must be quite old, that movie now, but I've always remembered that scene, and I looked it up the other day just to watch it again. And so what characters, even if they are not human, what characters resonate with you? What are the qualities that you think that you really respect there? And I think that tells you a lot about you. Are you acting in the same way? Are you could you act more in that same way? So if I think, okay, well, look, how am I going to act like a velociraptor? I'm not going to go around disemboweling people, no, but I am going to learn from my mistakes. I'm going to keep at something. I'm going to try again. And if one approach doesn't work, I'm going to try a different approach if I really want it enough. And also, I'm going to not be afraid of failure. I just think it's development in disguise, which is going to make me stronger, smarter, and all kinds of superlatives in the end. So let me know what you think. I would love to know what your think like a dinosaur version is. All right, take care.